guys, welcome to my channel, Stevy channel, and my name is Stevy Wulan Ramadhani from TBAC. And now I wanted to explain about the learning English. There are 4 learning English. First, listening skill, reading skill, writing skill, and speaking skill. And now we will discuss about the listening skill. Before you watching my video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe my channel. And don't forget to ring the bell. Okay, let me start now. Listening to educations. Okay, listening is the act of hearing attentively. Active listening, which is very important for effective communications. Listening can be also defined as more than just hearing and to understand and interpret the meaning of a conversation. You must know about the listening as key to all effective communications. Without the ability to listen effectively, messages are easily misunderstood. As a result, communication breaks down and the senders of the message can easily become frustrated or irritated. And then we will discuss about the active listening. Active listening is a technique most typically associated with counseling. It is a deep type of listening in which the listener focuses on what a speaker is saying and tries to completely understand. Responses are made based on this deep understanding of what has been said, and responses themselves are typically empathic and understanding of the listener. Because of the emphasis on engagement between speaker and listener, including a focus on emotional engagement. Active listening is most typically associated with counseling, conflict resolution, and training. Since the listener needs to be able to address a range of problems being voiced by the speakers. And then, for example, to listening to educations, for example, about describing hopes and plans. Okay, many of us have hopes and plans for what we would like to accomplish in the new year. Today, I will teach you 50 common collections with these words. Collection are combination of words that are frequently used together. For example, collection with plan. To describe plans that are big, we can call them ambitious, grand, or grandiose plans. Plans can be short-term, in the more immediate future, or long-term, in the more distant future. If a plan is more certain or fixed, you can describe it as a frame or definite plans. If it is not very definite or detailed, you can describe it as a vague plan. A plan that is especially intelligent can be called a brilliant or ingenious plan. On the other hand, if there is not sufficient reasonable thought behind a plan, you can call it an ill-advised plan. It is good for plans to be feasible or realistic. This means they match reality and are likely to be successful. The opposite is an impractical or unrealistic plan, one that will probably not succeed because it does not take real facts into considerations. We usually use the verb make with plan, but you can also come up with a plan. In more formal English, we could say develop or formulate a plan. When you reveal the plan to other people, this is a called announcing or unveiling the plan. When you put the plan into actions, this is called implementing the plan or going ahead with the plan. More informal. If you continue with the plan, this is the sticking to the plan. But if you stop following the plan, then you abandon or scrap the plan. And the next is about collection with hope. If you very much expect or desire something, you can say you have high hopes that it will happen. A very small hope can be called. And if you very much and the call about, we can also use the expressions of flicker or glimmer or ray or spark of hope for a positive descriptions of a very tiny hope that makes us a little more optimistic. If you have a hope that is very genuine and true to your emotion, you can say, I sincerely hope. When there are things that make us think that what we hope for will happen, we can call these things grounds or reason for hope. But if there absolutely no possibility of the hope coming true, we can say, there is not a hope in hell that it will happen. Sometimes we hope for things and look for signs that they might happen, but unfortunately they probably will not happen. This can be called a vain or false hope. Sometimes we continue hoping even after a long time has passed, or even though many things are against our wish. A hope that persists over time is called a lingering. Finally, listening is a language skill that can be developed through practice. In content and language interactive learning, it is important that students are provided with the suitable material to listen to. The teacher should prepare various material for the student. The material can be checked from many sources. For the example, it can be from recorded teacher, films, videos, and tutorials. In language class, an audio linear method was considered to be important for the students. Listening is the receptive use of language, and since the goal is to make sense of the speech, the focus is on the meaning rather than language. For the student, the spoken language is very important for the input. In the classroom, this happens by listening to teachers' CD and other sounds. And the next, listening is so important that many top employers provide listening skill training for their employees. This is not surprising when you consider that good listening skill can lead to better customer satisfaction, greater productivity with fewer mistakes, and increased sharing for information that in turn can lead to more creative and innovative work. Many successful leaders and entrepreneurs credit their success to effective listening skill. Richard Branson frequently quotes listening as one of the main factors behind the success of virtue. Listening is not the same as hearing. Hearing refers to the sounds that enter your ears. It is a physical process that, provided you do not have any hearing problems, happens automatically. Listening, however, requires more than that. It requires focus and concentrated efforts, both mental and sometimes physical as well. Listening means paying attention not only to the story but how it is told, the use of language and voice, and how the other person uses his or her body. In other words, it means being aware of both verbal and nonverbal message. Your ability to listen actively depends on the degree to which you perceive and understand this message. Listening is not a passive process. In fact, the listener can and should be at least as engaged in the process as the speaker. The phrase active listening is used to describe this process of being full in flow. Okay. The most basic and powerful way to connect to another person is to listen. Just listen. Perhaps the most important thing we ever give each other is our attentions. For many students, listening is the hardest of the four skills to master. Unlike reading, listening happens in real time, and it can be hard to control the speed of the information coming at them. They may also have to deal with a range of unfamiliar accents, noise interference from background environment, and the pressure to respond to the person they are listening to. Traditionally, listening skills have been developed in the classroom by the teacher using audio files and graded listening activities. The audio file is usually played by the teacher and the student work through the activities in lockstep together. Also, this model may be easy to manage for the teacher. It doesn't allow much differentiations for the student or give them much choice or autonomy regarding what they listen to or how many times they listen. This, however, is an area of language learning where digital technology and mobile devices can have a significant impact. There are now a great many websites and apps that students can use to develop their listening skill independently and which teachers can use to create interesting learning and support materials for their students. This app has long been a favorite of mine as it combines listening to songs with learning a language. Students can choose songs in a variety of languages, then watch the video of the song and try to reconstruct the lyrics. Students can choose the level of difficulty by selecting either to reconstruct the whole of the lyrics or to just have a few of the words taken out. The app is camera so as they listen to the song, the music stops at the end of each line and they then have a time limit to fill in the missing words. Okay, next. And finally, learning English wants to support those of you who are learning at home at the moment, especially listening skill. Learning English online using our high-quality resource to quickly improve your English. And start by checking free English sites to help the student find her level, define lessons and research to improve her skill, and get more practice to improve the English with extended listening and materials. If you are willing to learn, no one can help you, and Okay, I think that's all about my explanation about listening to education. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.